welcome back to the Metronome Madness League, everybody. We have the Eevee Hearts going up against the charming Charmeleons. These are two of the top teams in their division. They're both tied 4-2. So they'll be fighting for who's going to be in the second spot right below the Gengars. And we'll see who will come out on top. Now, it won't necessarily knock either of these teams out of the playoffs, but it does put their spot in contention depending on what happens throughout the rest of this week. So we'll see exactly what happens. Charmander is going to go ahead with a Heat Crash. That is a stab move, so a bit of a boost there, but resisted by the Popplio, so maybe not the greatest. Yeah, that barely did anything. Heat Crash, of course, goes by weight, and these two Pokemon, I would say, weigh a similar amount. So not a good idea from the Charmeleons there. There goes the Eerie Spell. Oh my goodness. Super effective. Wait, how does Eerie Spell work? Why is it super effective? Is that a water type move? That's not a water type move. I actually have to look into that now. I'm not sure. But that took out the Charmander immediately. Popplio proving itself to be extremely dangerous throughout this season. And there you go, Charmeleon comes out onto the field. It's going to go ahead with a present as Popplio takes a bit more damage from that. Can Popplio get past the Charmeleon as well is the question. Every time Popplio hits the field, I always question, is it going to be a sweep? And we'll just have to see. It was an astonished Charmeleon's going to go ahead now with the Stealth Rock. Great idea. That will give it a bit of advantage on the other Pokemon that come out for the Eevee Hearts as they'll get hit by the rocks. And here comes Popplio now with the Mist. Gonna protect their team. And now Charmeleon going again. With the Heat Wave, another stab fire type move, but again, resisted. But oh my goodness, I didn't expect it to do that much. Popplio actually takes a decent amount of damage from that. It's in the yellow now as it uses his own signature move here with the Sparkling Aura. That's going to be super effective against the Charmeleon. It almost knocks it out. Charmeleon's down to the wire. Oh my goodness. Popplio, the assassin. Here comes the Rock Slide coming from the Charmeleon. Will that take out the Popplio? It doesn't quite do it. Popplio's in the danger zone, but it's not done yet. Here comes the Popplio with a Rain Dance. Oh my goodness, gonna weaken fire type moves. Maybe a good idea. The Eevee Hearts have been getting hit by those. And it's gonna power up the water type moves. So Charmeleons better watch out for that. We'll see exactly how this is gonna go down now. There goes the Charmeleon in the rain. It's gonna go for a curse. Interesting, they're looking to set up now. Not worried about the Popplio, apparently, even though Charmeleon's in the red. I don't know if that was a good idea. So they're going to lower their speed, raise their attack and defense. So Popplio gets another turn to go. It's going to go ahead with an Infestation. Now, actually, not very effective, but the residual damage might end Charmeleon here. And there we go. Yeah, that's going to do it. Charmeleon actually gets knocked out by the Popplio. And the charming Charmeleons are already down to their Charizard, while the Popplio is still out on the field. Here we go. The crowd gets their brooms out. You can hear them going, wow, for the Eevee Hearts. Can Popplio make it past the Charizard, even though it's in the danger zone? Charizard gonna go first here. It goes for its own curse. Okay, that's 2 turns in a row that they used it. Different Pokemon, though, as Charizard raises its attack and defense. That might slow it down for the future Pokemon on the Eevee Hearts, even if it makes it past the Popplio. So I don't know if it's a great idea. Here comes a conversion. Interesting. Popplio's going to turn itself into a normal type. Now Charizard needs to avoid using ghost type moves as it won't hit the Popplio. Also no longer weak against electric moves. There goes it. Oh my goodness! It's Charizard actually used a ghost type move. Popplio avoids it and it uses Splash. Oh, I thought they were going to take better advantage of the situation, but Popplio's just splashing around in the rain. And they didn't. Although that conversion definitely saved Popplio's life here. Here comes the water gun in the rain. Not very effective, but doesn't matter. Popplio goes down. No sweep today as the rain stops and the Eevee Hearts move on to their Brion. There we go. Brion hurt by the stones. It's gonna go Charizard actually is gonna go for a Screech. Oh, it's avoided by the Brion, so no defense drop there. Wasted turn for the Charmeleons. It's gonna go for a Waterfall. Super effective. Charizard taking a huge hit. This is not looking good for the Charmeleons. Charmeleons now, they're going for the last resort. That's gonna fail. Charizard is the last Pokemon. They've already moved on to their last resort. An Anchor Shot comes out. I believe that's a Steel type move, actually. Yeah, so that barely does anything to the Charizard. Charmeleons get away with that turn. Charizard on the move here, goes for an aerial ace. Not bad. It is a stab move. Remember the flying toe. Oh, that takes a lot of damage. It was a critical hit. And Brion's in the danger zone. Charizard dealing a massive amount. Here comes the Icy Wind. Neutral hit for, or on the Charizard, I should say. Does a decent amount of Charizard has moved into the yellow. His speed falls even further. It's the second speed drop, so maybe Brion gets to move first. It does, actually. Charizard is now too slow. And they go for a low kick. That's going to be not very effective. But chipping away at the Charizard. Remember, the Eevee Hearts only have to do that. They don't have to deal a massive amount of damage. Here comes the Trick Room. Interesting. So now the Charizard will be faster of the two because of the Trick Room. So Charmeleon is actually taking advantage of their lowered speed stat. Here we go. Charizard goes ahead with the Energy Ball. That's super effective. And they do drop the Brion. Okay, they were able to get past two Pokemon with just the Charizard, but now they have to deal with the Primarina while Charizard is hanging out just above the danger zone. And it might take one good hit. Like, you would need something huge to get past this Primarina. We've seen it in action before. It's a dangerous Pokemon. Charizard gets to move first due to the Trick Room, and it's gonna go ahead with the Grass Pledge. A super effective grass type move. Excellent ideas. The Primarina's drop below half health is evening up. Have the Charmeleons come all the way back. Here comes the swagger from the Primarina. Raises Charizard's attack further. It did have an attack boost before, so if it hits itself in confusion, I would wager to say that's the end of the match for them. Charizard has to snap out of it, or they won't be able to do anything. It does break through for this turn. What move will it choose to use? And it goes for a Toxic. Interesting, but it was avoided. Primarina gets another chance. Here comes a Jaw Lock. It is anyone's match right now. These two teams, my goodness, Jaw Lock puts Charizard in the danger zone. It's confused. Will it hit itself? It doesn't. It breaks through the confusion again. And this time Charizard is going for a Stomping Tantrum. I would be mad too. That's gonna do a little bit of actually enough to, oh my goodness, the Charmeleons win. I didn't see that. After the Popplio nearly swept their team, the Charmeleons come back and come away with the win. What an excellent match. That is why these two teams are at the top of their division. Here, the Eevee Hearts are going to go 4-3, while the Charming Charmeleons are 5-2. That loss for the Eevee Hearts actually pushes them down to spot number 4. They're not out of the playoffs yet, but depending on what happens with the Mewtwo's, they could be knocked out if the Mewtwo's get a good enough win to pass them in the points. With that being said, the Cyndaquils could be passed up as well, but I believe they still are solid in the playoffs, because even if they are passed by the Mewtwo's, they are above the Eevee Hearts. So Eevees need to hope for a loss on the Mewtwo's part, or a win that is just not enough points to surpass them, and in order for them to make it into the playoffs. So that's going to be interesting. Eyes on that match between the Mewtwo's. They're going to be playing the Espeons. in this week. So we'll see exactly what happens there. Well, with that being said, special thanks to the patrons for supporting the channel. If you want to become a patron, make sure you hit the link in the description below, as well as the link for our Discord, where you can post memes and comment on the battles and wherever else you want to talk about. And we'll be glad to have you be a part of our community. With that being said, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.